Alright, hear me out. The Amazing Digital Circus is actually a Colgate ad, and this video will prove not just that, but also what the Digital Circus is, how to escape it, and how this is all part of Colgate's plan for world domination. But first, let's start with the most obvious evidence this show is an ad: the teeth. Have you ever noticed how the characters' teeth affect their personalities and roles? Take, for instance, Caine and his pet Bubble. Caine is the ringmaster of the circus, and aside from his charismatic personality, he has the most power out of all the characters. Bubble is also a powerful entity like Caine. Now, I ask, what do they have in common? That's right, they both have the most perfect teeth in the show. They clearly spend the most time keeping their teeth clean, and that's not just coincidence. I have reason to believe Caine is actually the CEO of Colgate, and Bubble is his pet dog. Now, that may sound like a stretch, but the signs are all there. Colgate's CEO has blue eyes, no hair, wears suits frequently, and, of course, has that signature Colgate smile. Plus, as a pair of disembodied teeth, Caine is clearly very knowledgeable about dental hygiene, like that of the CEO. Bubble is a dog. That's just the start though. The other characters' teeth are also very important to this ad. Take Jax. He's the most aggressive and rebellious character, who also happens to have the worst teeth. They're yellow, and it looks like his lack of dental hygiene has progressed to the stage where he's gotten jaundice, as seen by his yellow eyes. His apathetic personality has clearly transferred to his
oral habits,
as he doesn't seem to care enough to brush his teeth. If he keeps up his lackluster dental habits, he could end up losing all his teeth like Ragatha, Gangle, Zooble, and Kinger. Jax seems to be the most sane of all the characters in the circus, and the reason for this is the fact that he still has his teeth. Teeth seem to be an indication of the character's mental states, and the characters with no teeth seem to be on the edge of insanity the entire time. Zooble does appear to have it together, but in the pilot, we see her disinterested in adventures and emotionally drained, which is clearly a sign of a mental breakdown about to happen. Once a mental breakdown occurs, or as the show calls it, abstraction, the characters completely lose themselves and all semblance of a mouth, making Caine have to sadly hide them away as their dental health is a lost cause. As Jax keeps ignoring his dental habits, we'll start to see a decrease in his uncaring personality as more desperation and insanity start to take over. Now, you may be thinking, Caine and Bubble have perfect teeth, but they're completely unhinged, so doesn't that disprove what you're saying? And to that I say, nuh-uh, because even though they appear to be unhinged, they're completely at peace with living in the circus, so what we're seeing is just their flamboyant personalities coming through. That then brings us to Pomni. She is shown to have all her teeth intact, yet her mental state seems to be even worse than the characters with no teeth. There are many reasons this could be the case, from it being initial shock to fear of clowns, but the most likely answer is that she's going insane because she left her Colgate Hydrus Dry Mouth mouthwash back in the real world. This is probably the case because at 24:34 in the pilot, we see Pomni's gums, and they look fairly dried out. Based on this, we can conclude Pomni suffers from
xerostomia,
which is a condition in which your mouth doesn't produce enough saliva. Then, because she has no Colgate Hydrus Dry Mouth mouthwash, her mouth will be underhydrated after brushing, which could cause thirst, or even worse, mild discomfort. My thoughts and prayers go out to her. There is hope for her and the others though, as the adventure Caine puts out seems to be reminiscent of the quest the Colgate Toothpaste defenders went on. If for some reason the lobotomy you had before this video made you forget what the Colgate Toothpaste Defenders is, I'll refresh your memory. The Colgate Toothpaste Defenders is a short cartoon produced by Colgate, in which 7 teeth heroes fight against the evil Placulos and his plaque minions, who are threatening to destroy Tooth City using candy and soda. Doesn't that sound familiar? You're right, it's almost identical to the Gloinks we saw in the pilot episode. There are the 7 teeth heroes. Placulos is clearly the Gloink Queen, as she wants everything to be Gloinks, like Placulos wants everything to be plaque. And the Gloinks destroy the circus, like how hard candies destroy your teeth. None of this is an accident. Gooseworx is intentionally including Colgate Toothpaste Defender stories in the Amazing Digital Circus to teach the cast about good dental habits. The characters now know hard candy and gummy worms can be dangerous to your teeth, which is just one step in Colgate's master plan. After the gang completed the Gloinks adventure, Caine rewarded them by materializing a healthy feast out of thin air. In future iterations of quest completions, we'll likely see the rewards shift to more dental-related items, and maybe some of the characters will even get their teeth back if they've proved they can adequately care for them. Now that we've uncovered the true plot, it's time to talk about what the Amazing Digital Circus actually is. At the start of the pilot episode, in the scene where Pomni first appears, we see her trying to take off a headset of some sort. This indicates that the Amazing Digital Circus is a VR game. Colgate has already developed an AR toothbrush to keep kids engaged while they brush their teeth, so it's not out of the question to consider them developing a VR product as well. Every character in the circus seems to have some type of dental issue, so based on that, it's likely they're all part of a Colgate clinical study on VR's effect on dental hygiene. Pomni, having normalish teeth, is likely part of the control group. There are already several accredited studies on this, so it's very possible Colgate is running one right now. The reason none of the characters remember anything is so that Colgate can teach new dental habits from the ground up. Because it's a study on dental hygiene and the digital circus appears to be eternally running, we can conclude that the only way to escape is by completing the study and learning perfect dental hygiene. Once this is done, the study will have served its purpose and the cast can leave knowing full well how to keep their chompers sparkly clean. But now we're just left with the question of why. Why would Colgate create a whole indie web series just to promote dental health? Well, that's where Colgate's plan for world domination comes into play. By the end of the series, Colgate will have made us attached to these characters through their trials and tribulations. So much so that we'll be willing to do whatever they say. Then, in the somber moments before the show ends, Caine will come on screen. He'll be disheveled and almost in tears, a shell of his former self. The circus will be dark and lifeless, as everyone had left, leaving Caine alone. In the moment where he's at his lowest, Caine will look the viewers dead in the eye, and say,
"Are you ready to be dazzled by a spectacle so grand it'll leave you breathless? Then brace yourselves, folks, for the Colgate VR headset. It's not just a leap into the future of dental care, it's a leap into a world of wonder. For only $5.99, you can have teeth just like me. What are you waiting for? Give me your money!"
In absolute awe, every viewer will stand up, give a round of applause, and then fork over all their money to Colgate, making them the world's first quadrillion market cap company. Once that has happened, world domination will be inevitable, as Colgate will be rich beyond comprehension, and the entire world will be at their will. But it's not too late to stop them. If we all remove our teeth, then we won't be susceptible to their whims, and they will have no power over us. I will not falter!